According to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, in the wake of the COVID pandemic, nearly 47 million people have left their jobs. Many say it is an employee's market, and those employees are taking advantage of it. Workers are leaving their current job for better wages, better work environments, and better flexibility in terms of being able to work remotely. But not all employees can just write a 2 weeks notice letter and peace out. Licensed mental health professionals, such as therapists, have an obligation to take their leave in an ethical manner. This means that there are steps that must be taken to make sure their leave is done ethically and cannot be considered abandonment. Hi everyone, I'm Maria from eTactics, and today I'm going to talk to you about the difference between termination and abandonment in therapy. Before we get started, make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking the button below. Also, hit that alert bell icon so that when we post new, helpful content, you get notified. Therapists who inappropriately or abruptly leave their practice can have a huge negative impact on their clients. They can't just take off with a goodbye and good luck. There's a little more to it than that, some of which must abide by the law. Therapists have many obligations to their clients that ensure their best interests come first. These obligations are fiduciary responsibilities. In a paper written by Jorgenson, Hirsch, and Wahl, a fiduciary relationship as a psychotherapist is described as when one party, the fiduciary, accepts the trust and confidence of another party, the fiduciary agrees to act only in the entrustor's best interest. The professional, by virtue of his or her status as a fiduciary, has both the power and opportunity to exert undue influence over the client. This fiduciary responsibility exists not only in regards to the care of the patient, but also when it comes to the termination of the therapist-patient relationship. Termination, in this case, is the ethically and clinically appropriate process by which a therapy-patient relationship ends. So this includes when a therapist leaves a practice or retires. This can also apply to cases in which therapists can no longer provide the treatment a patient may need and need to refer them to another professional, or they are being threatened directly by the patient. Thankfully, the American Psychological Association's Ethical Principles of Psychologists and Code of Conduct provides clear guidance on the responsibilities to patients regarding termination of a relationship, no matter the reason. One of the most important things to consider when leaving a practice as a therapist is to make sure your leave does not constitute abandonment. Abandonment occurs when the therapist ends the treatment relationship suddenly, without setting a plan for the ongoing treatment for the client or referrals. Giving a patient adequate notice of taking leave of a practice or organization, as well as referrals for other treatment options or therapists, can help guard against abandonment claims. If a healthcare professional abandons a case without meeting these requirements, the therapist or practice could face legal ramifications. When a patient receives a referral, it should be both verbally and in writing, with a copy made to keep in the patient's file. A mailed letter or email to the patient is generally an appropriate way to go about making sure the patient understands this information. Those who manage others must also be mindful of these steps, so when a therapist leaves, it's not considered abandonment and does not reflect poorly on the organization or agency as a whole. Supervisors who ask an employee to leave immediately should recognize the ethical dilemma they may cause. Those who manage these practices should consider their work environment as well in case that employee leaves. If you'd like to learn more about leaving a practice ethically, reach out to eTactics. And you already made it this far into the video, so you might as well like it, share it, and comment below.